Imagine a major network has just green-lighted your new reality show series. What do you do next? If you're Mark Burnett, you freak out. I met game changer Mark Burnett during Blog World Expo in Las Vegas recently and videotaped his keynote speech at the event. Here's what he had to say about getting Survivor on the air and his words of wisdom to would-be celebrity producers.
I've been told no, by the way, by everybody. Survivor, I was rejected by everybody, including CBS. I went back again to CBS to try again. You know, I was like a bad penny that kept turning up all the time. And Leslie Moonves took that risk and said yes. I remember walking out of CBS, honestly, and on one level was like, oh my God, I'm going to make a network TV show. And on the other hand, I was like, oh my God, I'm horrified. Can I really do this? I didn't even know where the island would be. I went back to my office and was thinking, how and where am I even going to make this? They just said yes. But you know, the value of that, I will tell you, hopefully there's something of value that I'll say today that will help somebody out there. The need to be certain it causes paralysis. It's like analysis causes paralysis. You know, you can't be certain. You're never certain that you should marry this person. You'll never be certain you should start a business. You're never certain you should change jobs. Nothing is. It's a form of procrastination, of a reason why, I'll get married when I save this money up, or when the sun shines, or I'll start this business when I see if this world works a bit more. There's probably most people out here, who are in this world of social media, started things without knowing at all it would work. And that's what I've learned from my career, is that be willing just to jump in, and take a risk. Even though I'm sort of half sure I'm going to figure the rest of it out. Because the people that need it all figured out will not do anything. They don't intend to do anything. That's their truth, and they're happy to have a reason not to, and those people need it. But the people who innovate and do big things, most of them really do not know it's going to work, and have to have a sense of taking a step forward, having some faith, and just believing in themselves and their idea, and be scared shitless, totally scared shitless. I am all the time, but you just got to do it. You just got to do it. And so I hope someone out there heard what I just said and has some courage and realizes, you know what, I'm going to do I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take that risk, and the only way you know is to take a chance. And know that you're not supposed to know it works. That's the beautiful thing about it. It is unpredictable. It's another reframing of an attitude. American Idol, Survivor, these kind of big elimination shows, the mission, if you were a really good producer, was to create a situation where on Survivor was Thursdays at 8 o'clock, unbeaten for 10 years. I mean, we beat Friends in our second season, and I was scared to death to be put on a Thursday at 8. And we survived that battle, and we were victorious and carried on for 10 years. But the reason that carried on, because people would go to their offices around the coffee machine, the water cooler, and discuss what happened last night. American Idol is the same thing. Oh my God, did you see that last night? Dancing with the Stars, did you see that last night? Bristol Palin survived the game. The situation is gone. This is what people talk about. Well, the change has been, you now don't need to just worry about it's going to be in offices at water coolers. It's the electronic social media. It's quicker. You don't need to wait till the next morning. It's happening during the show. And so your mission is to try and create things that people want to talk about. And while that water cooler still exists, people still do go to work. They still have to, have normal jobs at the factory or the office. The social electronic media that's out there has just expounded what was my intention of the water cooler into something bigger than I can even imagine. And honestly, I still don't even completely. I think I'm like a a mental midget when it comes down to the social media. You know, I need to learn more, I'm trying to learn more, but one thing I'm very clear on is the importance of it. Right. So clear. You know, and I've become very aware of how important that is, because there's a clutter. There are now so many channels, there's so many opportunities to consume content. The mission is the right kind of casting, with the right core value, the right execution. If you do it all right, and you're lucky in this unpredictable world, you can break through. But you need people to be talking about it and understanding it's even out there. And that's where the water cooler has now become omnipresent.
You've seen those yellow Livestrong bracelets everywhere. Now meet the celebrity CEO behind the company that Lance Armstrong helped create. Game changer Doug Ulman has faced his fair share of struggles as he battled cancer, but he overcame, and he tells CCN Game Changers how he did it.
Hey Doug, so tell us what your experience has been like so far here.
Well, this is my first time at Blog World, and it's been incredible because you get to meet amazing people that are doing some really interesting things, and so I've learned a lot in a short period of time. Well, I think that the key is that social media is a really empowering opportunity for people. It's an opportunity for people to share their story, to share their passion, and to help engage other people in a really easy, transparent way. I battled cancer about 14 years ago, and I'm very fortunate to be in great health, and so hopefully that's in my past, and hope that I never have to experience that again. But it was a life-changing experience that actually had a lot of positive impact on my day-to-day life. It's an experience that I wish no one ever had to go through. It's something that you learn a lot about yourself, you learn a lot about your family and loved ones, and there's some positives that come from it. I mean, it's a negative experience, seemingly, but the human spirit and the human body are very powerful things. And we, as human beings, can overcome a lot. And so when your body and your mind are tested, you really learn a lot about yourself, which is a good thing. I was 20 years old. I had been diagnosed. I had started a foundation for people, young adults with cancer, and I got an email from Lance out of the blue. I didn't know who he was. He had read a story about me, and he sent me an email. This was 1997. This is when email was kind of new. And we connected for 2 years. We emailed back and forth before we ever met in person. And we just dreamed about what we could create and what we could do for people with cancer. And so it's been a dream come true. We're barely getting started.
I know. Where can you go from here?
Well, look, I mean, unfortunately, cancer is now, for the first time, the #1 cause of death around the world. So we've done a good job, but there's so much more we can do, especially globally. People are dying every day and suffering in pain every day, and that's unnecessary. And we think in 2010, it just shouldn't happen. It's unacceptable. We know how to help people. We know how to provide them with the best care. And we know how to save their lives and improve their lives. And if we don't do that as society, then we're failing morally and ethically. So Livestrong has a long way to grow and go, and we're not going to stop until we save millions of lives.